Hey everybody, Jesse Richard here, episode 13 of the Overtime. This one's going to be a little bit shorter. It's right before a lot of our team members are really starting to hunt. It's getting to be that last week of October, and deer are finally starting to move a little bit. One of the guys, Julian, was able to kill a deer this week, and had other guys have some encounters. I had a close call with a nice buck. I wasn't going to shoot him, and then I sat the other morning and had my number one hit lister Ghost bedded up at like 70 yards, and it just didn't work. So unfortunately there's not a whole bunch to this episode. I was able to kill another doe, this time on my own personal farm. Got one of them landowner tags filled, and we're just going to keep rolling with it. So here we go. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Oh my God.
Alright, it's the afternoon of October 18th. First sit on my own farm. It's pretty exciting. The wind is almost non-existent. What is there is northwest, which is good. Unless the deer get behind me in the clover plot. But hopefully they come in front of me first. I spent about an hour getting my solar power set up in my muddy box blind. It's back up in there somewhere. Alright, there. So I can run an electric heater instead of propane during late season so I don't fog up the windows, or at least that's the plan. I haven't been in this tree since I hung it. And I realized I probably needed to trim a few more branches, but I had to move the camera arm out. The bow hanger wasn't tight. I need more accessory hooks. I have like one. So, yeah. I'm glad I'm getting all this stuff ironed out before I get in these stands in the morning. But we're on a doe mission. I want to fill a doe tag. And, typically they come from the north, feed on through the CRP, and I have a gap right here between my sorghum plot and this ditch I'm in, and there's an awesome green clover patch. So right now it's really hard to see to the north, which sucks because it's all these oak branches, but once the leaves fall off it won't be so bad. So I'm going to have to be really still, and as soon as I see a deer, I'm going to have to stand up and get ready, because I'm not going to be able to have too much movement, but we'll see if I can get it done. Alright, it is 5:30. Just had the first deer come out. They're behind me, a doe and two fawns. And there's another deer to my north. The wind picked up like 20 miles an hour. And I think they can't smell me with between the ozone and spraying down. They can't smell me. So, I don't have a shot right now. They're like 50 yards away. And in this wind, I'm not going to do that. So, I'm just going to hope that they either work around this way, which they do a lot, or we have other deer from the north come back this way, but I feel a lot better now after making all that noise in the blind that there's deer moving, so fingers crossed we can get it done. Smoked her. They got a little squirrely. It was weird. I mean, that's the trail I walked in on, which is a little bit odd. But they were downwind of me the whole time. Like, came out behind me in the clover and just fed and fed and fed. And yeah, she came up to the camera once and then turned around and left. And I thought she was gonna leave, and she spun around and took 2 more steps, and that's all she wrote. So that's awesome. All right, well, you can see the setup right there. It's not high, but it's perfect. She was standing probably right here. Yeah, there's blood on impact. So she ran straight that way. So we're just gonna look for a little bit of blood and head that way. I'm gonna leave my backpack and bow here because I can drive right here to get her. So, but yeah, I don't remember exactly where she went, but I know once we get to the edge, it shouldn't be hard to find blood. So I'm just kind of go right where I saw her run and look at the edge, and we'll try to cut the track right here. So she took a weird angle and I couldn't see her, so if I had to guess, she went straight down that way. But there, right there. Okay, so she's on this trail. Oh yeah, absolutely spewing. There's my arrow. She broke that off. Wonder where the other half is. A lot of blood. I hope she didn't make it down in the ditch, but I think she did. There's my other half of my arrow. I can see it glowing. She barreled through right here. Oh yeah. Let's close this beast up. And of course, she had to pile down in the bottom of the ditch. Look at this. Right there. Oh, there she is. Yeah, the crow fly, she only went about 80 yards, but it's through some nasty stuff. It's gonna be a pain to get her out of here by myself, but I think I can get her. She tried to get up there and that's all she wrote. Big old nanny. Perfect shot. All right, go get the truck, get her tagged up, gutted, and drug out. This should be an interesting one. I'm gonna try to hurry up and knock it out before it gets too dark.